gift. Damn, I ain't been broke in a minute. Hey, I ain't been broke in a minute. Damn.
Hey y'all, so I'm back with a part 2 or continuous video that I posted before with more information to give you on how to start your business or some of the things that you want to think about before starting your business. A little bit more about myself. My name is Dominique. I am currently a boutique owner, or a boutique, that's what I call it. I cater mostly to women, women's clothing, women's accessories, shoes, all of those things, makeup, all of that. I started my online business last year during the pandemic. And then earlier this year, I opened my very first store. So thank God for that. So I'm looking down, y'all, because I have a notepad, because your girl can talk. So I'll be trying to stay on focus for the information I got you. So that's why I'm looking down. But yeah, so when starting a business, not just research out into what you want to do, you have to research within yourself too. And when I say that, you have to ask yourself, like, how, why, and what. Like, what do you want to sell? How are you going to do it? What are you willing to do to make sure whatever you're going to do, your business is successful, right? You want to make sure that you have the time. So like myself, when I first started my boutique, I actually was working. So I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time, right? So, honestly, reason why I started at my house, because I didn't really have the time to start a business, because I was giving more time to other people's businesses than myself. So you want to make sure you have the time to really take your business to the next step. Do everything you need to do to get your business off the ground, right? Another thing is you have to have determination. That's why you have to ask yourself, why is it that I want to open this business? Why is it that I want to work for myself? You got to ask yourself those questions, because running a business is not easy. However, like I said, it's not hard. It's only as hard as you're going to make it. You know what I mean? So you have to have the determination to put in everything that you have. That's time, that's money, that's physical, spiritual, mental elements to get your business going, because it's going to take all of those things, right? So have those conversations with yourself before you actually get started, so you'll have a mental space to start your business. Another thing that you want to do when starting your business, you want to know who your target audience is. So my target audience is 18 to 35-year-olds women. The type of clothes that I sell, that's who they're geared towards, right? You want to know your demographic. You want to know, like I said, what is the age group that you're selling to? Or what do they look like? The people that wear my clothes, I envision them as African-American women, stepping out on the scene. Women that like to go out. Women that like to go to brunch, but like to go to the club. Women that like to look nice wherever they go, whether they going to a wedding or whether they going to court. You never know. That's my target audience. That's my demographic. So you have to sit down and think about who is it that you're selling to, because what I'm selling to might not be what you want to sell to. That's even if you detail cars, you got to look at where you're going to sell at. Where are you going to market yourself at? If you're detailing cars, are you going to market by a military base? Are you going to market in the hood? Are you going to market in the suburbs? You have to look at where you're going to go and who you're talking to, what audience you want to promote your brand to, and who's going to buy your things. And that goes back to what I was talking about previously about researching. Researching is a big part of all of that. So when I started out, I looked towards social media. I looked towards Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. What are the females that I wanted to wear myself? Where are they going? What are they wearing? What do they like? While also trying to keep a version of myself, because like I said, I like to sell clothes that I like, which is who, that's still the demographic of who I want to sell to. So social media is a big research platform for you to look at your celebrities that you like, look at people that are, all people that are famous, people that are in the industry that you're in and doing the things that you want to do, the business that you want to do. So you want to make sure that you utilize every platform to research, right? Another thing is, when you're starting your business, you want to make sure you're keeping up with the trends, right? You want to keep up with like right now it's going from summer to fall. So we're going to look at the trends of boots, coats, two-piece sets, long sleeve pants instead of shorts. So you want to look at what's trending, the occasion that's going on. So Halloween is coming up. Me personally, I'm not looking into selling Halloween costumes, but I want to make sure that I have pieces that people can probably put together to make a impromptu Halloween costume. So you want to always make sure every time you go with the trend, you're staying on top of things like that, like holidays, weather change. Those are some of the things that you want to make sure that you look into. And again, social media is a good platform to look into that. Okay. Also, so we talked about finding a name for your business. So the name does play a big part, because the name is the first thing that people see, or the thing that people talk about when they're mentioning you and your brand. So you want to make sure it's something catchy or something unique. And then on top of being unique, you want to make sure that no one has that name, right? So again, my daughter's name is Rain. That is why I chose Rain Noir Boutique for my name. So Rain, of course, it means royalty. It means to rule. Noir is black. Noir is French for black. So that is why I chose my name, right? So you want to make sure that it's something catchy and also that no one has it. So I thought, Rain was something good, not knowing that a lot of people had the name Rain. Because again, I changed my name like 5 times before I was set in stone on this name. So in looking, you want to look to social media, type in the name you chose, type in it on Google, make sure that no one has your name, because it can cause problems. And I'm going to try to post a link of where you can search. It's actually a site called Trademark Search Database that you can search and see if anybody has your name, and then you can tweak it from there if someone does have your name. So because if you try to use a name that someone already has, they can sue you, point blank and period. They're gonna sue your ass, and you don't want that, because then you already starting out to a bad start. Another thing is you want to create or have business accounts, social media accounts for your business. So you want to make sure you go on Facebook and create an account. You want to make sure you create an account on Instagram. And I suggest you create a business account, a Facebook business page on Facebook first, because it'll be easier for you to do Instagram business, because you need a Facebook account to start an Instagram business account. So you want to have your presence on Facebook. It really does help too, because like my target audience, like I said, is 18 to 35-year-olds. Right now, we all on social media. We on social media all day, every day, for everything. So that is where people go to look to find what they need or find the products that you're selling. So you want to make sure you have a social media presence, right? Stay on that. It is time consuming, but it's something that's going to help your business. Okay. And with that too, it's going to help. Social media is a big thing to help promote your business. If you are social media shy, you have to get over it. Like, you have to, because again, the world that we live in right now, social media is the biggest marketing platform, the biggest. So you have to make sure you stay on there to research, to market your brand, to support your brand, to make sure that everybody is seeing your brand, because again, people are always constantly scrolling on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest, everything. Okay, and then another thing, so we talked about before, again, your reseller certificate. So a reseller certificate is important in some states. All states don't require you to have them, but like I said, you want to check. In my state is Virginia. They require you to have it. So you want to, and you can go to, I want to say your state's revenue department, or go to like the revenue department online, and it's free. You just go on there, put in your business information, and get your reseller certificate. It's important to have this because in this state, it is illegal to not have permission to sell other people's products. So again, most of the time when you're selling something, unless you're a manufacturer, you're making it yourself, you're getting the goods from someone else and reselling them. So you have to have that resale certificate. Also for tax purposes, which I'll go in later in another video, but it's important because not too often, but I don't want to jinx you, but if you get caught selling without that, you know, it could be all types of, you know, shit and trouble. So you just don't want to do it. So just like I said, it's free to do. Just go on there and get you a reseller certificate, right? Another good thing about reseller certificate. So like I said, I sell women's clothes. I have a lot of different vendors, from Alibaba to Orange Shine to actual personal boutique vendors, like places like you have to go to LA or wherever to get these certain clothes. Some vendors will not allow you to buy from them if you do not have a reseller certificate. So it is important to have it, so it solidifies you as an actual brand, as an actual boutique. So you know, they'll look to you like, okay, you've been doing this for a long time, or you know what you're doing, or you here to shop and really get some merchandise. So that's another reason why it's good to have that. Speaking of free, get you an EIN number. It's free. IRS.gov. That's it. It's free to get that. You need that for your business. Like I said, it solidifies you with the IRS as having a business. Right now I am working on my business credit, because I'm working on my second business, well, actually 2 more businesses right now, and business credit is a good thing to have. Another thing I'll go into for another video, but EIN number, IRS.gov, get that. All right. Another thing you want to do when starting your business, you have to, and this is very important. This is very important. You have to plan your launch, right? And I failed at this when I first started last year, selling clothes out of my house, right? So I was selling out of my house, but I decided to get a website. But I didn't plan my launch. I just woke up one day and was like, hey, I sell clothes. What's up? Come buy from me. Come cop this fit. Come on, right? Can't do that. So plan your launch. What are you going to do when planning your launch? Like, are you going to have a photo shoot? Are you going to make flyers? Are you going to build up the anticipation of what you're about to sell, or the service that you're going to give somebody, which is what, again, I should have did. So this is big important, because people look for the new all the time. People love new. People love what other people don't have, you know. So when building your brand or about to launch your business, you want to build yourself up. You want to build the anticipation that you're going to bring something new to your city, to the industry that you're in, right? I don't care, like I said, if it's detailing cars or selling plates or any of that. Even, I don't care if you're going down a pole. You want to build yourself up. So you have to plan your launch. Plan on social media, word of mouth, any platform that you can think of. That is what you want to do. Then you have to, how are you going to, like in my case, if you're a boutique owner, how are you going to sell your clothes? What are you going to do? Right? So new is kind of scary. People do want new, but new is also kind of scary. So most people have a mentality like this. I want the new thing, but I don't want to be the first one to have it, right? So they're always waiting on somebody else to give them a review of how it was, or was it nice? Was it good quality? Was the service good? So you want to think about what you can do to get the people in, draw them in. So that's like, say you sell lashes and you're about to launch, and you can do a promo, like, you know, buy a pair of lashes, get the second pair 25% off or half off. Or if you sell clothes, buy an outfit, get a few pair of lashes. You know, you want to do things to get the people drawn in and to get their attention. Marketing is very important before, during, and after for your business. You always want to make sure that you are telling the people that you're here to stay. You know, you want to make sure that you're constantly posting on social media, posting reviews, posting your clients' pictures. You want to make sure that your business has a presence, like everybody knows. You know, that is the goal when starting a business, right? So all these things tie in. And again, the key thing is you have to make sure you have time for it. You have to make sure you have the determination to do these things. Because like I said, when I first started, I was working 2 jobs. I was going to school. It was like really not time for it, right? But as soon as I quit my jobs, I finished school, and then I put everything I had mentally, physically, financially into opening this business. I reap the rewards of that. It's a scary thing to do, but if you want it really bad, God will find a way. You will find a way. You just have to want it as bad as talking about it. Okay? When I first started, like I told you before, I lost more money than I was making. Now, in my first month, I made my return, right? So you have to just have the determination to really want to be a business owner, which could be eventually working for yourself. Because again, if you're working a job and then you're trying to start your own business, if you give your job 4 hours a day of your time, you have to make sure you put in just as much with your business. Because that's going to be the thing that determines if your business is going to be successful. Is it going to be here, or is it going to be something temporary? Right? So those are some of the things that just off the top that you want to think about, that you want to make sure you invest in. Things, like I said, like inventory, that comes secondary. These are the things you have to do first before you start working on your inventory, because these things are going to push your inventory where it needs to be. Your inventory is going to come. Inventory is always going to be here, but you want to make sure that you have a good platform to send your service to your customers, to your targeted audience. Okay, so again, I'm going to leave the links below to the things that we discussed. If you have any questions, you can feel free to comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate you very much, and come back and see me.